Welcome to stage 18 of La Vuelta 22. As we head into the final stretch of this 77th edition, Remco Evenepoel is still in firm control of the race. On Sunday, he could celebrate his first Grand Tour victory. Stage 18 is a long and tough one, heading from Trujillo to the Alto de Piornal with over 3,500 metres of climbing. Will the GC favourites battle it out on the final summit finish, or will it be another one for the breakaway? Unfortunately, Jay Vine's Vuelta came to an end after this early crash. Carlos Rodriguez, sitting fourth overall, was also caught up in it. Vine was forced to abandon. The Spanish champion Rodriguez was able to keep going, but how would that crash affect him? There was another fast-paced start, with the riders averaging almost 50 kilometres an hour early on. A huge group of 41 riders went clear, almost a third of the peloton, with plenty of potential stage winners. Craddock, Pinot, Carapaz, Soler, Maida, Higuita, Geoghegan Hart, Nibali, Padun and Hessink. Once that move was established, the win looked certain to go to the breakaway until UAE Team Emirates decided to shake things up. Joao Almeida going on the attack with his teammate Brandon McNulty and quickly dropping the American. The Portuguese champion began the day in 6th place overall, 2 minutes off the podium. Well, that was enough to worry Astana Kazakhstan, and they began to pace in the peloton on behalf of 5th place Miguel Angel Lopez, with Movistar also lending a hand. The breakaway's lead coming down to 4 minutes as they hit the Alto de Piornal for the first time. Hugh Carthy went solo at the front, and he would soon be joined by Pinot and Higuita, with Gilbert and Hessink looking to bridge across. Almeida was still around a minute ahead of the bunch, and he was about to link up with another teammate in Marc Soler. It was looking less likely he'd be able to make any major GC gains, but forcing other teams to chase would potentially be good news for his teammate Ayuso. Carapaz also joining the party at the front, along with Hessink and Gilbert, the Ecuadorian who was set to inherit the polka dot jersey from poor old Vine, taking 10 points at the summit. It was looking increasingly likely that the stage victory would go to the overall favourites. Almeida had caught the remains of the breakaway, but the red jersey group was closing fast, with Rodriguez back in the ranks. Elie Gilbert then attacked at the front, opening up a small gap before Enric Mas decided to test Evenepoel. Ben O'Connor followed that move and countered, the Australian posing less of a GC threat at over 9 minutes. Gilbert was joined by Hessink at the front. Their lead now was just over a minute. Evenepoel then unleashed a stinging attack that brought the favourites back up to the Almeida group. A few riders caught out, including Ayuso, Rodriguez and Lopez. Well, Hessink going solo at the front. And the Jumbo-Visma man still had 3 kilometres to ride with a lead of only 35 seconds. The rest of the breakaway had now been caught. Lopez and Ayuso managed to get back to the red jersey group, which also contained some strong climbers like Iran, Pinot and Aronsman. Rodriguez, though, would lose over a minute in spite of getting some help from Carapaz. Hessink was still fighting tooth and nail for the stage victory, but Mas and Evenepoel caught him with only a few hundred metres to go.
Who is going to take the stage win? Evenepoel is going to break the heart of the first red jersey of this race. And Mas is going to try and go with him to beat him on the line. But it's going to be, I think, another victory for Remco Evenepoel, who puts it in a big gear, sprints as though he's on a flat stage. And what a stage! Won finally by Remco Evenepoel.
Remco Evenepoel's coronation is still a few days away, but the Belgian is clearly keen to take his first Grand Tour victory in style. Having dominated the time trial, where he was the overwhelming favourite, the 22-year-old now has a summit finish victory on his CV, and he took it in the red jersey to boot. Provided he avoids any mishaps in the last 3 stages, Evenepoel will become the first Belgian winner of this race since 1977. Evenepoel securing his 35th professional victory ahead of Mas and Hessink, who was agonisingly close to a second Vuelta stage win. The rest of the GC favourites came in at 13 seconds, with the exception of Rodriguez, who finished 1 minute and 19 back. Evenepoel slightly increases his lead over Mas to 2 minutes and 7 seconds, with Ayuso now over 5 minutes back in third. Lopez goes up to fourth ahead of Rodriguez, with Almeida staying sixth in spite of animating today's stage.